So here is a way to wrap your wrists that gets more security than traditional, what I've seen most people do. So what they'll do is they'll put the thumb loop on, they'll kind of wrap it all over like this. So they'll wrap underneath where their hand actually bends. And no matter how tightly you wrap this, no matter how many times you go around, it doesn't make a damn bit of difference really. So they'll lock it in place. They'll have it super tight where the hand's going white, but nothing is actually preventing the wrist much from actually bending and flexing. So instead of that, where you just wrap it 1,000 times over underneath the crease of your wrist, let's do it a little bit different, okay? So we're going to do an X style wrap. So these wraps are from Elite FTS. They're 60 centimeters, and these are the Maverick wraps. They're my favorite because they can be wrapped loose for training or really tight for kind of max effort work, so it kind of works for both. So again, we still have the thumb loop on, and that just gives us some kind of like anchor when we pull for tightness. So this is going to go across the back side of my hand. And now what I'm going to do is where my wrist has this crease, where the wrist would bend, I want to split the difference with the wrap. So rather than putting it down here below that crease or right on the crease edge, we want to split the difference. So I'm going to have my crease in the middle of where the wrap goes. I'm going to wrap this around now, okay? And I'm going to pull on a little bit to get it snug, like that. And you can see now where it actually covers over that crease, so it goes up into my hand a little bit. Then from there, what I want to do is I'm actually going to, from this position, pull higher up over my thumb, like this. Then I'll take that across the back side of the hand, which is going to go much higher up into where the hand actually is, so almost up to your fingers. So then from there, I'll pull it back down towards the original wraparound where the crease was. There's an X actually shape here. So the first wrap went up this way, the second wrap comes down that way. I'll then pull the rest of this around and lock that X in. Now, when I get rid of the thumb loop, which is actually still pretty easy to get off, the wrap is much higher into the back side of my hand. It still opens enough of my palm to where I wouldn't be red lighted at a meet or have any meat issues. So, and you can see now, with much more support, there's much less bending. So now that my whole wrist is covered, there'd be much harder to actually get any kind of bend. So, and I'm not even cranking on this right now, but you can do that, okay, to pull it even tighter. So that's what it would look like on this hand. So now we'll do the other hand. So same thing, it's going to fall across the back side of my hand. I have my thumb loop on for anchoring. I'm going to, where the crease is, I'm going to wrap this around. So this hand I kind of get the excess around, and then I'll pull it, wrap it up and pull it tighter. So I'm going to pull it again over top that crease. So now you can see it's up into my hand. I'm going to then from there pull it up over so it goes across the back side of my hand. Then I'm going to take that to the other side again and pull it back down, again forming that X. And then I'm going to lock the X off. Okay. So this, once in place, pull the thumb loop off. Now my hands are pretty much going numb. You can see the discoloration, but there's tons and tons and tons of security and support. My palm is still open, okay, to where I can hold the bar, not have any issues. Because this gives me much more support and security when I'm doing bench presses or wrist security for squats. Okay, so try that option. Again, it's over top the crease, you do an X, and then you cross off the X. Give it a try, and hopefully it helps.